Spinofaarus is a spinosaurid dinosaur from the Cretaceous of Africa. Today we'll be having an in-depth look into the evolutionary history of Spinofaarus, its ancestors and descendants. This chart shows the evolutionary history of Spinofaarus and its descendants and ancestors, including Ostafrikosaurus, Suchomimus, Spinosaurus, Spinosaurus, Sidromastosaurus, Spinofaarus, Sidromastosaurus, Mantifaarus, Spinocetus, and Pterofaarus. Ostafrikosaurus is probably a basal spinosaurid from the late Jurassic of Africa. It had a shorter snout than many of its descendants, though it may not have been a true spinosaur, as not much is known about it from its small fossils. Suchomimus is an African spinosaur which lived earlier in the Cretaceous than Spinosaurus and cohabitated with Sarcosuchus. It is unknown if it is truly an ancestor of Spinosaurus or if it is more closely related to Baryonyx. Spinosaurus is a speculative ancestor of Spinosaurus. The transition of species between the more basal, small-sailed, bipedal Spinosaurus and the semi-quadrupedal, semi-aquatic, huge-spined Spinosaurus. Spinosaurus is one of the most famous theropod dinosaurs, the longest theropod and possibly semi-aquatic, definitely mostly piscivorous, huge theropod, 15 meters long, from North Africa in the mid-Cretaceous. Sidromastosaurus is another very close relative of Spinosaurus, along with Oshalia from South America, both of which may actually be the same as Spinosaurus. The Sidromastosaurus is found in the Chem group, which is one of the locations where Spinosaurus fossils have also been found. The exact ancestry of Sidromastosaurus is unknown. It is most closely related to Spinofaarus. It is unknown if it is descended from Spinosaurus or Sidromastosaurus. It's called Sidromastosaurus because it's most similar to Sidromastosaurus, but Sidromastosaurus may also be a synonym for Spinosaurus. This makes it very confusing. The main characteristic of it is that rather than having a sail, a bone poke out of its back, but it does have other interesting features. It is mostly aquatic, but it can go on land and move about, unlike Spinofaarus. Its tail is not completely adapted for aquatic life, and it has a strange projection of its jaw, which is believed to be for stabbing fish that it hunts. Spinofaarus is one of the strangest dinosaurs, but it is positively tame compared to its descendants. It has a long trunk, a small crest on its head, a hump with a dip in the middle, large forefins, vestigial back fins, and a large aquatic tail. It is definitely descended from Spinosaurus, having features that it shares with Spinosaurus and not Sigilomastosaurus, having a much larger dent in its sail than Sigilomastosaurus, which has a small one, being that one much more similar to Spinosaurus. Mantiferus is the oldest of Spinofaarus' descendants, with it living in the same environment, the earliest of this species living in the same environment as the last Spinofaarus. Its name comes from the similarities it has with a manta ray having large flaps, which some believe allowed it to glide, making it the ancestor of Pterosaurus. Others believe that it just used these to navigate through the oceans, as it was the first oceanic and fully aquatic species of Spinosaurus' descendant. Seatus is the largest theropod to ever have existed, with it being almost 25 meters long. It is a huge giant who lived in the oceans of the Lake Cretaceous, all around the world. Its main food source was mosasaurs, but it would hunt anything it could catch using its prehensile tongue. The sail on its back has become fused with the body and completely covered with flesh. It has become much less slender and much more strongly built, with a shorter, stockier body and a huge tail fin. It is the only fully aquatic species of Spinosauridae known. Pterosaurus is probably the strangest dinosaur ever. It is a huge, flying Spinosaurid. It flies using a huge sack of skin that it fills with air, is built around the sail on its back. It still has the trunk of its Spinosaurus ancestor, but it has evolved feet and legs. This is one of the only creatures known to have evolved. It evolved from fish with fins, to grow legs, which then evolved back into fins and back into legs. The only known creature where this has happened. Given this, it has strange foot structures. It is almost completely incapable of living on the ground and spends almost all of its life in the air. It shared its environment with Tyrannosaurus rex, but rarely competed due to the fact that it was able to fly away from Tyrannosaurus rex. This makes Spinosaurids the third group of dinosaurs known to have evolved flight. It is amazing how in just 18 million years, Spinosaurs went from something simple like Australopithecus to some of the strangest creatures ever known. Unfortunately, Spinosaurids were wiped out by the KPG extinction 66 million years ago, meaning that these amazing and strange creatures were never seen again.